Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 4, Episode 13. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my friend Shaq. I want you guys to go follow his channel. It's called The Real Shaquille, and I will put the link into the description box or whatever to his channel. And he does like comedy skits, and he's also going to be talking about like various topics on his channel as well. So and Shaq is hilarious. Like he is hilarious. Okay, so yeah, y'all make sure y'all go follow him. And like I said, the link will be in the description box. Um, Something else. Oh yeah, I was going to do this video yesterday, but when I came home from school or whatever, I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and watch the Hip Hop Awards because, I had came home like around like 6 o'clock. So I was like, well, I'm just wait for the Hip Hop Awards to come on and I'll review that and wait to, review Love and Hip Hop Hollywood today. Y'all, I was so disappointed with the Hip Hop Awards, for the most part. I don't even know if I'm even do a review on it at this point. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So let's get into this episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So it starts off with not Masika, Moniece performing or whatever at this club, and Masika and Mr. Ray, they're there, supporting her and everything, and Moniece sounded good, but we already knew that she could sing and everything. Mr. Ray brings up, Hazel, posting on IG, and apparently, she's been talking junk about, Masika's mothering skills and all this other stuff. Oh my God. I'm sick of all of them, okay? But anyway, so, Moniece, she comes off stage, once she's done with her set and joins the conversation, and she's telling them about AD or whatever, and how she kind of still hopes that things does work out between them eventually, even though they're not together right now. So, Ray, his phone is blowing the hell up with notifications, and it's a notification of the diss song that Alexis Sky and Zale did against him and Masika or whatever, and they're listening to it, cracking up or whatever. Same thing I would have did, because I told y'all last week it was some bullshit, okay? So I would have been doing the same thing. So they cracking up or whatever, and Moniece is telling Masika not to worry. Petty Moniece is back. Let me handle your lightweight. I'm just like, oh Lord, Moniece, no. Let Masika handle her own shit, okay? Keep on jumping in her shit. But anyways, we get this like quick scene or whatever with Keisha. You guys, probably have heard in the blogs. I think, what was it, earlier this year, right? About her, finding her real dad, and, how they have a relationship now. So, they're just like on like some bridge or something talking and everything. So, that was cool. Then we get Brooke, she's meeting with the Donatella lady. And Donatella is telling her, that she's putting together a showcase, for women or whatever, and how she's, worked with many, men and rappers, and how she's kind of tired of that. And, I'm like, well, lady, you in a rude awakening to be working with these, especially these ladies on this show, okay? So anyways, Brooke is pretty much telling her about her life after, the girl fight song or whatever, how she became a mom and all this other stuff. And, Donatella wants to hear, some new music from her, because, Brooke was telling her she'd been working in the studio. So, she's texting her engineer or whatever to, send her the record and everything. So as they're waiting on the record, they're still talking or whatever. So when the text finally comes through, it's Bridget. It's Bridget's voice on the song and not Brooke's. You guys remember Marcus had gave the song that Brooke was supposed to do to Bridget. You know what I mean? So Brooke we already know that she's already pissed at Bridget for running around telling Marcus this, that, and the third about her and Booby. Now she's pissed at her because she feels like, Bridget is stealing songs from her. So then we have a blast from the past. April, Amarion's baby mom. come on the show or whatever. She's having like some wine tasting or whatever. I guess she's coming out with like a new wine or something. So, Brooke, Fizz, Mark. No, did Marcus come to this? No. It was just Brooke, Fizz, and I don't know why I put his name in this scene. But yeah, it was just Brooke, Fizz, and Bridget that came to this thing or whatever. So, Brooke and April, they're already talking and everything. Bridget comes over to where they're at or whatever. Next thing you know, Fizz, he shows up. He pulls April to the side or whatever. And, he tells about how he wants, B2K to get back together and all this other stuff. And, April is kind of laughing at the idea and everything. But, she keeps it real. Like, how Omarion is. He, think he can do this, this shit on his own or whatever. He's his top priority. He not with it. You know what I'm saying? So then Fizz, we know he's talking about replacing Omarion or whatever. April's like, how are you going to replace him and he the lead singer? I mean, I said the same thing, but I guess, Fizz got it all figured out, so whatever. So anyways, back to the other side of the room. Brooke confronts Bridget about like her attitude, the last time that they saw each other. And Bridget is like, well, you were flirting with your so-called friend or whatever, wiping sweat off of his face and all this other stuff. Brooke is like, I was being nice. Bridget is like, no, you were being a mistress. And Brooke, she's in the confessional like, she got the nerve to be calling somebody a mistress when she got James to leave his wife for her. I said, James had a wife? What? I said, well, see, James, that's that karma coming back on you now because you left your wife for Bridget. But yeah, Bridget, that still don't take away the fact that she a fucking snake and all that shit. So yeah, but I was just like, what? Okay. But anyway, so they just kind of, but I was mad when Brooke had said that I was mad that Brooke had said that in the confessional and not said it to Bridget. I'm like, fuck, why did you say that shit to her? Okay? Like, and I don't even know why these two hang together. It's like, it's just very clear they don't like each other. Y'all need to stop calling each other friends because it's just very clear y'all don't really like each other for real. But anyways, they kind of just skim over that conversation and talk about, how things are going good between her and Marcus now or whatever. And, Bridget in her confessional talk about something. She think that she trying to big herself up or whatever, thinking that she did a good deed by taking Booby off of Brooke's hands or whatever. I'm just like, that don't change the fact that you trifling. Okay. But anyway, so, Brooke tells her how Booby, invited her to, Cantalina or whatever, but she declined or whatever because, she wanted to make up with Marcus and she went to Marcus's mom's party and everything. So, Bridget is like, now I know, Brooke was just kind of using Booby to get back at Marcus, but now I'm starting to feel like, did Booby use me to get back at Brooke? I'm like, duh, you were a rebound. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So, Brooke is telling her about Marcus's, single release or whatever. And Brooke is not sure. I mean, not Brooke. Bridget. All these B's and stuff. Bridget is not sure if she's going to come because James is going to be there. James is also Marcus's friend or whatever. And she's like, we broke up and all this other stuff. And, then that's when Bridget tells about how she's supposed to be performing at this the same girls event that, Brooke is supposed to be at or whatever with Donatella. So, Brooke, she's not going to tell Bridget that she knows about, the song until she gets her and Marcus in the same room. So, that was that with that scene. Then we get a quick scene with Alexis and Moniece. They meet up on like some hill or whatever. Alexis is like, I thought we were cool and everything, this, that, and the third. In this whole conversation, I was kind of wondering, Why Moniece never brought up the fact that Alexis was dancing on AD? Like, she talking about all this other bullshit. I just wonder why she didn't specifically, put that out there. But anyways, Moniece pretty much served her with some plane tickets back to Atlanta or whatever, and then her and Masika then got together and typed up some papers or whatever, I guess, telling her that she need to go back to Atlanta or something. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, all this shit is just fucking childish. It's just childish. And Alexis is still sitting up here, like, she's sitting up here just be acting. She's sitting up here acting like as if she don't be doing nothing. Talking about something. I don't understand why it's always an issue with me or whatever. Like, I don't be doing nothing. And Moniece is like, you done made a song about Masika. You and Zell. Like, y'all couldn't have rapped about nothing else. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, she keeps on talking about how Masika, doesn't want to talk to her every time she tries to talk. And it's just like, who cares at this point? Like, moving on, okay? We get Ray J and Fizz. Ray J is at some bar or whatever performing one of his songs, the One Wish song or whatever. So, after he finishes, Fizz is telling him about, Hazel going off on safari or whatever because of that bet that they made, and how, Ray J is next. Ray J kind of laughing it off or whatever. But Fizz is telling him about getting B2K back together, and he has this bright idea of replacing O with Ray J. And, Ray is like, what? Like, me? You know what I'm saying? And he seems to be down with it or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, no. And then Fizz had the nerve to, compare, Johnny Gill replacing Bobby Brown in New Edition. It's not the same. It's not the same. No. No. Okay. But anyway, so, okay. Moving on, we have Marcus's listening party or whatever. Brooke is there, Lyrica, A1, and Lucci or whatever. And Bridget, she shows up, as this scene progresses. So, Lyrica is telling, Lucci how she's having an album release party, but Chanel can't come because she wants to invite Alexis because Alexis is her girl. So Lucci is like, nah, I'm gonna have a conversation with them too or whatever, because yeah, Chanel gonna be there. Okay. So then Bridget shows up or whatever, and Brooke is like, oh, you late, girl, whatever, you missed the song, but luckily I had the DJ, spin it again or whatever. So she cues the DJ, and the DJ ends up playing the song that Marcus gave to, Bridget and everything. And Marcus looking all dumb in the face like, whoa, how'd you get that? Or whatever. And, Brooke is like, honey, stick to boning hoes. That's what you're, best at or whatever. And Bridget, as far as you're concerned, it's real cute that you had to go behind my back to steal a song. And Bridget was like, first of all, I ain't steal no song. Marcus gave it to me or whatever because you was fucking up this, that, and third. Which Bridget does have a point. You know what I'm saying? Marcus did give her the song once him and Brooke, fell out and everything. But, yeah. So you should probably be coming at Marcus more than her. But anyways, so, Brooke is calling her shady or whatever. And why is it so important for you to let Marcus know what I'm doing? And, like, are you fucking him? And all this other stuff. And, it's like, well, Brooke, she already told you Marcus is her friend. So, of course, if she feel like you doing something that's out of pocket, she gonna go back and tell him. Like, I understand you feel like the whole girl that whole girl code thing kind of goes out the window because of the fact that Marcus is her friend. Y'all became friends off of Marcus. You feel me? So yeah. But anyways, she, like I said, she was asking, was she fucking Marcus or whatever, this, that, and the third. And she was saying, because, your pussy's so good or whatever, you made a song about it. So maybe he wanted to find out. And Bridget was like, well, no, but you can ask Booby because I went on the trip that you were supposed to go on. And, Brooke says, if I didn't fuck with you so hard, I probably would drag you right now. I said, why don't you? Why don't you drag her? Because it's like, it's clear that she don't fuck with you the way you fuck with her, because she doing a lot of sneak, slick, sly, shady shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean, to be quite honest, like I said before, y'all really, it don't really seem like y'all like each other like that for real anyway. So why not bop her upside her fucking head? Well, good time. But anyway, so Brooke is like, I'm not mad you had boobies, dick in your mouth or whatever. And Bridget is like, well, you mad because it wasn't in yours and everything. And I was just like, ooh, like, and Mark is just sitting there like shit. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. So, Brooke is telling her, like, I could have had it anytime I wanted to. Like, what is you talking about? So, Bridget is like, look, Marcus is my friend, and you was out here on some hoe shit. Of course, we expect Bridget to say that because her and Marcus are one and the same. Like, she's Marcus's female counterpart, if we will, here. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, she's going to say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I always wonder, have you ever told Marcus, since Marcus is your friend and everything, have you ever told Marcus about himself and how he caused all of this commotion to start between them in the first place? You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, so, I'm sorry, y'all, I lost my spot. Okay, yeah, so she's sitting up here telling, Brooke, like, please use your vagina with your man so he don't have to go nowhere else to get it or whatever. And, Brooke is telling us how, her and Bridget made a pact to never lay hands on each other because of the friendship. So she leaves. She walks away or whatever. And also in the background, too, Lyrica, A1, and Lucci, they was, they was saying little slick shit or whatever as that argument was going on. It was hilarious. But anyway, so then we have Keisha and Lyrica. Keisha's in the studio and Lyrica kind of pops up on her. And Lyrica apologizes about the last time they saw each other. It had nothing to do with her. It just, was the situation with A1 getting her project done or whatever, in honor of her sister that passed away. So, and she talks about how pretty much it's like her dad passed away around the same time that her sister did. Not like literally, but, her dad, just kind of like left her life when her sister died, you know what I'm saying? And she starts, crying or whatever. Keisha starts to hug her and tells her that it's okay. So she's asking Keisha, about her experience, like with her dad, or, meeting her dad and everything. And, Keisha talks about how it was a good, it's a good experience or whatever. And, she has a great relationship with him and all this other stuff. And, that pretty much was that between them. Then we have Lucci, Chanel, and Alexis. He's setting them both down so they could squash whatever beef that they have or whatever. Alexis, well, Chanel and Lucci are already there. Alexis shows up and everything, and she's like, how would you feel if I showed up to a party with another nigga or whatever, this, that, and the third? And I'm like, why does it fucking matter? Like, y'all broke up, and then on top of that, you broke up with him. So what the fuck is the problem here? And then he gonna have the nerve to sit up here and say, I ain't gonna lie, I would be mad. Both getting on my damn nerves. So, because it's just like, really? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Lucci feels like it's a big misunderstanding between her and Chanel or whatever. And, Chanel brings up this whole, him wanting the threesome with, herself and Alexis and everything. And, Alexis, like she ain't with the shit or whatever, this, that, and the third. So Alexis is like, listen, I could be cool long as, she cool or whatever. So that is, pretty much that with them. So then we get Lyrica's listening party. Lucci, Ray J, and A1, they're in the crowd rocking or whatever. And she decides that she's going to go on the 6-week nationwide tour for her album and everything. Ray, I was about to call him Rucci. Ray is telling Lucci and A1 about Fizz hitting him with being in the B2K relaunch or whatever, and they, of course, clowning or whatever. Then Alexis and Chanel, they come together, and Lucci is confused because they coming in here together and they ain't say nothing to me. They just walk right past me and everything. So not Alexis. Lyrica is asking them, what happened to Hazel and everything. Hazel had rehearsal or whatever, and Alexis and Chanel feel like that, Ray should apologize and everything. In meantime, Lucci, had walked up on them or whatever, and he's like, nah, what y'all need to do is mind y'all motherfucking business. And I agree with Lucci. It's like, why are y'all getting into the middle of that shit? That shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So why is y'all getting into that shit? But anyways, so they confront A1. They confront A1 and Ray J about the shit anyway. Like, why would y'all make that bet or whatever? Like, that wasn't right. You need to apologize. And Ray is like, look, I helped Hazel. Okay? So A1 is like, yeah, I'm about to leave this conversation or whatever and slide over here with my wife. You know what I mean? So we get a quick scene with Lyrica and A1 and Big Lyrica going to her sister's, grave site, because at the party she had told A1 that she was ready to go and visit her grave site or whatever. So definitely, of course, an emotional scene, and it's definitely good to see Big Lyrica and A1 in a better space than where they were last year, and him being able to comfort her as well. So then we get the sound check or whatever with Donatella for this showcase or whatever. Bridget is up there and she's rehearsing, but she's doing her own song. She didn't do the song that Marcus had gave her or whatever. And she's sitting up here talking about something. She could feel the heat coming from Brooks, side eye or whatever. I said, well, it should have burnt your ass. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Masika, she shows up and she's talking to Brooke and everything, and she's telling Masika pretty much what Bridget did with Booby or whatever, and how she was fucking with Booby and everything. And Brooke, she does the sucking dick motion or whatever. And as Bridget is finishing up her set and everything, and Bridget, she looks over or whatever, but doesn't say anything because she's trying to keep it professional or whatever. So she leaves, and Donatella is telling them about Hazel being on the set, and they like, who come again or whatever. And they start coming with the insults. Her and Masika start coming with the insults or whatever. Hazel, comes in talking to Donatella, and Hazel, trying to be on some professional shit all of a sudden. And, Masika is, throwing insults at her, telling her to come here and all this other stuff. And, Hazel is like, she's saying all calmly, like, what you want or whatever. I said, all this shit that you be talking to people or been talking to people all season long with your props and your dildos and all that other shit. Now, when Masika tell you to come here and call you all kinds of names and stuff, you like, what you want? Like, girl. So, anyways, Masika's like, fuck this, I'll come to you. So, she running up or whatever. Security kind of sort of, grabs Masika, but they didn't grab her enough or whatever. And Hazel really thought she was not going to get touched because she's like, ha, too slow. Next thing you know, snatch. Masika, snatching Hazel or whatever, tugging on her wig, pulling on her wig and stuff like that. Hazel is over the motherfucking rail and everything, and all you hear is, bitch, come here, bitch, and all this other shit. And I must say, I was quite delighted, because I'm sorry, y'all know Hazel has been on that bullshit all fucking season long with the I run LA and all this other dumb shit that she be on. So I don't feel bad that Masika tugged at her wig, damn it. And then Donatella, you know, in her, you know, UK accent, she was sitting up here saying, you know, her wig's coming off, talking about Hazel. You know, maybe we should stitch it or something. I was like, I was too through. But that pretty much was the episode, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.